was their map pick. So you're like thinking, all right, because of how it went last time, we'll pick it. But they are still confident on the map, considering they picked it against you. So ultimately, I guess it comes down to who's going to execute better when it comes to that.
And also Bates' CD side yesterday was just abysmal, right? Like they didn't know how to have a nice default setup. We could see, I think it was NPL and Hetrick towards short, just feeding snow again and again and again. There was one round where NPL, I guess an anti-eco, just playing right behind double doors of the CT side by himself. One tap, boom, you've lost a round.
I remember that round. Like I was watching from the hotel, and he's doing that as the mid to B player, and then his B player is in the B bomb side. It's like, why are you so disjointed against a half buy? It doesn't make no sense to, to play in that position.
The moment a player dies, the round is literally done right there, right? So I'm sure that's something they're looking to exploit, but I'm really hoping with a little bit better of a CD side from Bait.
We're going to see if you get what you hope for, because we're ready to get into the action. Take it away, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you very much, Richard. Legacy versus Bait. One of these teams heading into the playoffs right now. We're kicking off on Dust 2. We did see a lot of Legacy players in the previous tournament, which they won out in China, but as Play was saying, yet to play it yet. And I mean, for Bait Esports, we casted that game of Dust 2. It was rough, Jason.
Yeah, it really was. We've seen two different Baits over the last couple days. Yesterday's was not the one I'd like to see today. I'd like this to be a competitive. Both these teams in similar positions where we've seen some good stuff. Obviously, Legacy had that great run at the major, but we're looking to see them build upon those impressive games that they have played and start showing it to us a little bit more frequently. Well, that's a nice goosh over towards Catwalk, gonna make that defender passive. They know they've got one trapped over at Gandalf as well.
Who say the maybe from Nissan, Dumal taking NPL out of the equation. We've got very low health on two of the Bait players here of Hetrick and Essential. Lux just going blow for blow at the moment with them. It's Kenzo and Hetrick. Left 2v4 for a retake. Doesn't seem all that possible whatsoever here. So Legacy should be collecting this pistol without too much issue.
Let
me see. Trying to make it a little bit messy. Yeah,
I mean, even if they end up finding some of those kills on the bomb side, Lux with the P250 out towards long is just always going to make that difficult. Nice pistol round for Legacy. Nothing too crazy, and actually don't even really take the time to consider the map. They make the call, they get out long, they realize it's clear, smoke the cross, and let's go. Very, very simple stuff from Legacy to kick things off. See the response from Bait in this round. They have invested entirely 5-7s and an MP9. Not a single deagle or scout in sight. They want the util.
Line down there.
And it was an interesting note being brought up about he can be so good, but he can also be terrible. And I think on Dust 2 we've seen a couple of those performances over the last month where he has been missing. It's one of the maps he struggles on sometimes. So he's
okay, Shey, hi, I'm doing
cognizant of the situation. He's got the bomb on his back. To watch for this long push, so he's going to have to give that up, and then he's also going to have to kind of time that mid smoke to make sure it's still up when he's crossing in, so he doesn't get picked off. Not aware as we are that there's no scout in play. Got to be worried about that sniper.
90.5 ဒါမဲ့ဒီဟာဘိတ်ကတော်တော်ညံ့တယ်ဒီ test 2ကိုလေ legacy ကနည်းနည်းတည်တယ်ကိုထင်တော့ game 1 အန်တာပြီး game 2မှာ over မှာထင်တယ် also ခဏ3 match ဆို legacy ရှုံးလာတယ်ဟိုတွေကိုလည်း73နေတော်လက်တလို့တော်ညံ့တယ်တော်ညံ့တယ်လုံးဝဒီပါနဲ့ဟိုတွေကိုလည်းထည့်ခံတာ
Nissim to assist.
ဟိုကဘိတ်ကလည်း33ရာခိုင်နှုန်းပဲရှိဘူးလက်တလို့ပိန်းထည့်တာခင်ဗျာမနေ့ကလည်းပိန်းရှုံးတာပြေးလို့ရှုံးတာတော့
I think we're Bates in kind of a position. This is why I'm sort of interested in this game to watch, you know, from their perspective, what kind of a game they bring in. They've had this run at this event. They beat Solaris 2-0, they beat 3max 2-0. At this point, everyone's getting pumped. Bait looked incredible. NPL had a wonderful series.
3max
90.5 over ကိုမိုက်မယ်
This is my exact point, is 3max and Astralis have both gone on to kind of show us, like, these teams aren't all there yet either. So now it's like, how much credit do we give to Bait versus the two teams going through some things at this event at the moment. So that's why I want to see a good performance out of Bait. I want them to be able to kind of prove and show that they have that.
တကယ်တော့ game 1 အန်တာရင်တော့ game 2 over ဒါမှမဟုတ်ကိုကလေပုံမှန်ဒါကြီးကိုဘာ win rate မှမရှိပဲခြုံကြည့်မယ်ဆိုဒီနှစ်သင်းကလက်မျှထဲမှာသူတင်ကိုတင်မယ်
There's some talent on this.
Legacy ကတော့အဲ့လိုမျိုးပေါက်လို့ပဲသာရှုံးတတ်တယ်
We didn't see it at all yesterday when they got just deleted by Pain.
I think we're going to see a Legacy 2-0 today in this series.
All right, you go in the other direction.
Yeah, I think they're really solid on Dust 2. I think Ancient the other day against 3D Max actually give me less confidence in Bait now that what we've seen go on for 3D Max the rest of this competition, because Ancient isn't a good map for 3D Max and they barely won that. 13 to 11. I watched the first half, they were getting wrecked by 3D Max's CT side, and I've seen what Legacy can do in the CT side of Ancient. So, I do think there's a world in which they get 2-0 today by Legacy.
Very possible. I'm not going to argue against you in any way. I'm a big Legacy fan. I've enjoyed watching them ever since that revelation at the major was obviously watching some of the rise up of a few of the players. With this team like Clicks and Hits, very fun team to watch. I think 2 incredible players that are finally realizing some of the potential that we've been waiting for so long. It's been very cool to watch this team kind of pick up the pace and pick up the level of their game.
After the last tournament, he was back on the desk, and
good old Helver.
Yeah, Helver was saying that, you know, kind of like Timu, Yuri, Serato. That was the way he described it. Brazilian rifle duo.
I mean, now's not the time, but there's like some crazy stories of this Legacy roster of all the different times that like the teams have come in and tried to poach some of the players away, and the way this team has stuck together. That'd be very fun to have someone dive into and kind of reveal all those stories, because this is a team that's had plenty of opportunities to break up, and they've all, as players individually, decided they want to stay with each other. Getting great results out of it.
Lux is certainly one for the future. I think some people touting him as a potential leader of Furious. When Fallen decides to actually retire, well, we've got Tensor winning in behind the doors. Going down and a follow-up goal for Kensington. At least getting something. Double door smoke this time, stopped by MPL.
Maybe continue that play a little bit too long. It felt like they wanted to force themselves out of the doors with a flashbang, just not expecting Kensington to be that close up. The fact he gets a double is crazy. Not able to trade it off efficiently, and now playing a 2v4. You have the short over the mid smoke, but he's going to be in towards the A bomb. So might be hoping that Lado can create something outside long, but unfortunately he's got the bomb on his back. So if it goes south, the round is well and truly over at that point.
Yeah, Lado squeaking himself out of the long doors. Alex going to be waiting just around the corner here. Lato. Ooh. Teasing with it.
I think a barrel was spotted.
Yeah, you see Alex kind of
lock into place.
Toes, locks in, yeah.
The jiggles kind of stop, and you're like, uh-oh, it's been spotted. We've seen it. So Nissim's going to back off with the AWP, and Bait get their first round on the board, and they do it pretty clean. Only losing Kenzazor and Mid, who had that double kill, but getting to build up some cash flow on the CT side.
Now, Legacy obviously won the tournament out in China. They won CAC against 3D Max in the best of 5. They won all 5 maps. Legacy, a squad that I think we're certainly helped out by the fact that Nissim had an overperformance from the usual performance we see from Nissim at that last tournament.
Sure.
I would be so excited to see if Nissim can kind of keep that up multiple events in a row. It would be really just another feather in the cap of Legacy, who do have already Lato and Dumao, as you've mentioned. But if you can add Nissim into that equation, then you really do have a scary squad here.
I mean, listen, any team that can have an AWPer like that's a dynamic AWPer having tons of impact is going to be a benefit. AWPer is such a critical part, so you're exactly right. You get a step up from him, especially a map like Dust 2.
Yeah, well, that would be sad Zin, obviously, but I mean, when you look at the overall product of Legacy's Dust 2, and right now a 3-1 star is not looking too bad. That last round didn't look great. We'll see if Bait can double up as they go in for the mid peak, and Sadzing going to be looking down into middle. Not going to be able to capitalize on his chances. Kenzazor and Hetrick aggressive into lower tunnels. Dumal's got both. Okay, MPL fires right back though, Jason.
All right then, yeah, why not? Let's just trade 2 kills each. Let's play a 3-on-3 round. Why the hell not? Legacy, I think, going to be frustrated. They gave up those 2 kills after the opening 2 kills, spammed down through smoke by NPL on short, and now Essential just says, well, I bet there's some open real estate, and he's going to start shrinking the map. So this allows Bait to confidently keep 2 players at the 8-bomb site, and it's all about his play and lower.
What the fuck?
NPL trying to get back into the site in time. Lux is get away with anything. An important headshot to keep Legacy in a comfortable spot, but look how quick this flank is. Essential is going to break open the smoke. Actually, goes a little bit too far. Doesn't break the smoke at all. Alex now racing in. Bomb plant isn't committed to. In fact, it's cancelled as Lato goes out for the swing. He wins the fight.
ပြေလောင်းတယ်လား over လောင်းတယ်လား
Confirm this round
over လောင်း
victory
တယ်
for
နော်
Legacy.
Nice composure from Legacy in that kind of
ဘိတ်တော့မလောင်းနဲ့
Another
ဘိတ်ကဟိုဟာဖြစ်တယ်
but
ဝင်းရိတ်နေ
that's
တယ်
a very chaotic situation where you can drop the ball. You know, you can hear the footsteps, you can hear the nade coming in from Catwalk to break open the smoke, the footsteps out towards long and the player pushing onto the bomb site. Very easy to get lost in that chaos and communications in the moment. Lovely shot from Lux. His second shot to take down and prevent the op from saving. He also got the opening into the A bomb site to begin with in the 3-on-3.
Yeah, and Dumal with that double kill in lower tunnels. MPL does everything he really could there to pull that round back for Bait. Four to 1 lead on the T side. Knocking on the door, breaking this money again for Bait.
She's it though.
Here goes Nissim out long. And he didn't miss it. It's going to be Alex down first. Opening kill for Legacy. Lux continues to move to the lower tunnels. Molotov up towards Cat. He'll smoke mid to B cross, but MPL, he was aggressive at Catwalk in the last round. He's maintained that positioning. And he's actually going to walk away with Sats to the back of the pack as Kenzazor peaks on the timing and the confusion set up by MPL. And it's worked out very well to suddenly flip this back in favor of Bait, but they give it right back again to Mal with 2. Important trade again from Essential. It's absolute chaos inside the middle here.
That's what I'm like, hold there.
Into a 2-on-2, and that's a little bit crazy. You know the
Look at the
players. You can obviously
these advantage mono these are
to start this game. They wanted to be there battling for mid control at the double doors. Kenzazor has had 2 good rounds.
Yeah, Lado waiting within the bomb site. They're gonna start creeping up towards him. Central moves off towards Gandalf. Will take steps in front of the boxes now as Lato waits for the jump up. Essential to die. Lato collecting one, not nipple though, as now Nissim is outlawed. Bomb is planted for MPL is going to tap it. Looks back out towards long side, and Nissim banging out the shots. MPL realizes with no back or any utility to assist him and get him covered. He can't win this round. He retreats to safety and is 5-1. Coming close, being scrappy, but it's Legacy finding the answer every time.
Yeah, and all these rounds opening up with these brawls at double doors and Xbox and fights on Catwalk. Setup is going to be TV live even though we are getting some of the kills and doing not a bad job of actually controlling that part of the map, or is it going to be Legacy who says the defense wants to be here so much, they're pushing, they're fighting for it, let's just give it to them to start and we can come take control elsewhere, or we can take an advantage elsewhere on the map. But so much is being dictated by these early fights coming out of lower, fighting up towards short and Xbox. And a timeout taken to talk things over, have a conversation about how these first 6 rounds have all played out, anything the teams want to change. Coach is going to be involved in the conversation, a convo with Bait also on how do you want to set up around this AWP and M4 in the hands of NPL.
Let's go. In don't battle နဲ့ကြည့်ရမယ်ဒါကြောင့်ပြီးရလားမသိဘူးဒါလဲ
This boost is
everybody လုတ်ဖြစ်တယ်
MPL up on top.
ဒါမဲ့လူများရင်တော့
that would have been ridiculous, but
နေကြညာပေးမယ်နော်နေရာလေး location လေးရင်ရှာလိုက်အောင်မယ် location ရှာပြီးမှကျန်တာအားလုံးစီစဉ်လို့ရအောင်ဆို location ကတခါဒီတစ်ပိုင်းငှားကားတွေပဲရှိတာပါငှားကားတွေပဲပတ်စံတွေပဲပြန်တွက်လိုက်ပါ
gets caught out in the open, pauses for the fight, 2-on-3, and Sadzin has to back off.
Location တင်လူတွေလည်းလာဖို့မအောင်ညာဖို့ဆင်ပြေအောင်နေကင်းလေးကြီးညနေလေးအိမ်ပြန်ဟလာပေါ့ဖက်ပဲ
Now we talk about
လက်နိုင်ဟန်ဒီနဲ့လက်နိုင်ပါ
Will they be able to do it again here? It would be ridiculous to let this one go if you're Bait.
Lux and NPL just spotted each other. Lux up in suicide, and obviously NPL just tucking himself to the double doors. Lux saw him cross over to spawn side. They've got no idea he's close up, so let's see. They might just walk into him.
They've got mollies as well to clear out that corner if they want. Oh, a sound cue made.
That's huge. Does NPL go for a timing? Yes, he does.
Oh my god, he's actually moved out at the perfect time here, NPL.
တွန်းရင်သွားလိုက်မှာဒီတက်တွေကျဲခဲ့တယ်ဘကောင်းတိုင်းငေါ့လာရှာရဲလို့ပြောလိုက်ပုံဟာရောတင်းတီပြောပါဘောရာရှိပါ
against the Opera of Hetrick. Lost that jewel.
Yeah, but Lux, just go fight the Opera. It's really your best option at this point, right? You've been dinked, you have low HP, you don't want to find the M4 quite yet. You want to take out the Opera of Hetrick.
Getting flanked though. Kenzazor is coming around the back. Looking to tap. Hedrick is just keeping his attention pinned while his teammate Kenzazor moves a lot faster, and then Hedrick actually just switches to the USP and wins out the fight on his own.
Yeah, but almost a cool play to jump down on those boxes, force Hedrick to jump up and actually get the. Well, you don't force him to. He just elects to jump up and
he just decides to do
gives
that.
you the chance of giving him a hair.
အဲ့နဲ့နေရနေရလားဒီဘက်မောအဲ့ဆိုတော့ရှင်းပါလေ
You don't have much money. So an interesting decision to come up here.
ညညဆိုအဆင်ပြေရโอเคလေစားပိတ်တင်ရညမှာလားစားပိတ်ရ
Have to.
ပိတ်ခွေးတင်ရှောင်းနေ
You could just upgrade some pistols.
မင်းလုံးမနေချန်တို့ကဂေးမျိုးတော့အဲ့
Eagle here. Well, perhaps that conversation is going to be had right now with this timeout.
အဲ့ဒါ
Yeah,
ပိတ်
they
ဆို
might
အ
be
ချင်း
doing
တွေ
the same
တဲ့
thing,
ဟဲ့
which is like, oh yeah, we can't.
ပွဲပဲကြည့်ရ
One round, we can't save. And then, oh wait, the money
ပွဲမ
is
ကြည့်
actually kind of right there.
ဘူးပြင်ရ
Yeah, they got an AK coming out here for Lato.
I mean,
Tech coming
ပွဲ
out.
ကြောင့်ပဲ
many
ပြော
of them have just been like kind of grindy, as you're mentioning, like close. But a lot of it is, you know, there's 4 kills coming out.
ဒီ
in
ဒီ
the
က
first
လူတယ်
30
အဲ့ဒါမှမ
seconds
မြောက်
of
လား
these rounds, and then you have these slow
သူတို့တော့လူလာပဲ
people
ဟာ
are gonna get picked
မမြောက်
off
ဘူး
over
လူ
everyone's position.
ကိုဂေးမလေးလေးတာလည်းပေါ့သွားပြီ
The timings of different rotations. So yeah, this has
Yeah,
been
you
a,
get that
this has been a
deal.
wild start to the game. Beta have just grabbed their most significant hold here on Dust 2, looking to build upon.
Yeah, why
the
didn't
third
I?
round.
လူလာတာစစ်တဲ့မှာခုနစားချလိုက်တယ်73စက် easy ဟာ pretty good ဘိုးကို
Especially with how rapidly the kills have been coming in these rounds. So quick molly
ဟုတ်တယ်ချစ်ချစ်
combo.
ဒိတ်လို့ရတော့
Signal there might be something fast.
ဒိတ်ရှင်လို့လားဟဲ့တော့ဘိုက်ဖင်ချင်းနေ
Not feeling weak. He's
အဲ့ဒါ
feeling
VR3
strong,
ကင်းနဲ့
feeling
ရှုံးသွားတာ
confident,
လေ
going for a peek up through short with his orb.
ဒီလေးကအလှနေဟမ်ဟုတ်ပါ
It's going to be Hedrick to come away with Lux. Doesn't actually fall away at all until this point. Grenades go in.
VR ရဲ့ကောင်မလေးမကြိုက်လို့တန်းကြမှာတော့နင်းဖောက်ဘာလဲကြည့်ပါ
Doom out. Too shallow to really affect him.
နေကင်းကြောင်တော့
But I like that Dumao is willing to take the risks here, playing a little bit more
ဘောလုံးပွဲပြ
free,
တီဗီ
towards
နဲ့ပြ
taker, less caution.
Well, they haven't been able to get this much space in middle ever when they've gone here. Sadzin has shut them down twice. Okay,
Dude,
good
this
shot
is now
from
falling
Lato.
apart.
Yeah, it is a little bit. It is really
Oh,
falling
yo,
apart.
what the fuck,
Completely
you show
falling
her.
apart. And into the B-bomb side
အော်
we
ရော
go.
B-side defender မရှိတော့ဘူးဖင်ပြောင်း
Now,
ပြီ
the one benefit for the CT side, there's no smokes, there's no Molotovs to put up in the choke point.
Looks like they're saving already. Hedrick's already up on catwalk. Alex backing away in middle. They've called it off.
Alex doesn't have the money to go for it. Essential is going to need a drop in the next round, so Hedrick will be supplying that. All right, well, that's a 4v5 conversion on a round where you didn't have a whole lot of rifles. The Deagle kill from
Over
Hedrick
la
to
game
open
one.
things up is spectacular.
တဆူတကန်စီပါကြိုက်တော့
And there was no
They can see
information
tight,
of
eh?
that mid to be split. By the time they're actually knocking on the doors, the defenders are
ဒီ
occupied
ကကျန်လူ
elsewhere.
သိပြီ
Nicely done from Legacy.
ပြင်ရကောင်းကောင်း
Extend this to 6.
TV ကြီးရဲ့ဆိုင်ကိုသိတယ်
and
ဟာ
you
ဖဲ
never
ဆိုင်
let
တယ်
Bait get
တုတ်
into
ပါ
the game.
ဟို TV ကြီးကမို့ LED စခွင်လောက်ရအောင်
Qualification
You
game
know,
as
I
well
get
for
you
these
on
two
my
teams,
bottle
much
with you.
like Liquid,
Eh,
the
ba
winner
me
goes
wala.
on and advances to the PGL Bucharest
နောက်
playoffs.
24လောက်တုံးလောက်တည်းအဲ့ဘာမှထိုင်ဘူးလေ
Loser not
အဲ့ဘက်ပေါ်လိုက်ခေါ်
eliminated
လို့
today, plays again tomorrow.
သူအပေါ်မှာ projector နဲ့သူ indoor ဖြစ်သွားပြီအပေါ်သူအပေါ်တက်ဆိုလုံးဝအဲ့လို
The
မျိုးအ
Swiss
မောင်
system.
မောင်ဆိုတော့ကွာ
In-game leader of Bait. Looking
တော့ဖြစ်
like
သွားမှာပွဲတွေပါကြည့်လို့ရ projector ဆိုတော့နေကင်းဆိုတော့ကွာအဲ့လိုအလင်းမပေါက်တော့အဲ့ကောင်ကလည်းနိုင်လားမအေးနေရပဲ
6-2 down, not able to win 2 rounds in a
Mate,
row.
it's a big
Not the
one.
time for one.
No, only Carrigan gets away with naps. in the game these days.
ပိတ်သွားလားဟုတ်တယ်ပိတ်သွားတယ်ဒီမှာစောင်းမကြည့်ခါစောင်းမကြည့်ရပါ
Well, Lato. He's going to be out long. Smoke goes down for the long corner. They use the smoke to get rid of the Molotov. And the space taken it long here for Legacy.
A lot of flashes used. They have only got one remaining for this next cross when they eventually
No,
got
Sally,
towards
no,
long,
not
they got
Sally.
here early. So a
24
lot on Neeson's
Hey,
shoulders.
Sally.
This whole
Sally,
time, kind of
you
a
are.
push from mid, and through the smoke, Alex goes down. That's a painful loss to take this early. One more spotted inside the bomb site, but at this stage of the round,
whatever ပဲ
Legacy loves that.
Don't
Because it
lie,
does
nigga,
two
you don't
things.
know.
They're still content to just chill behind these smokes, re-smoke the cross, force out more utility, force out anything,
pure
force in
one,
plays
man.
like this.
မမနော် KTV မှာလုံးလိုက်တာ perfect ပဲ indoor
And
မှာ
it's somehow gone the
ပြဲ
other
ပဲ
Of course, that's always
live
done.
session DJ မှာပါ
It's just
Yep, there we go.
အဲ့ online
Too easy
border
for
တွေပြစ်ထားတယ်လို့
Legacy,
ပြော
Jason.
သွား
I
တာ
appreciate you trying to build the world in which
Yeah, I was trying to.
succeed.
No, I was building up to the fact that like the advantage is when you get that early kill, spam down through smoke, and you have a 5-on-4. Legacy's thought is we'll sit outside long and just wait, let you waste resources. We see every team doing it. It's very unmeta when you get out long right now. So it forces, because Bait's in a man-down situation, if they want to have any advantage at the end stage of the round, they have to find the intel first, which is
ဒီ side advantage မှာမှာတော့ရေးကြီးနေတဲ့ big ကြီးကိုတွေ့နေရတာဟဲ့ city မှာညံ့လဲညံ့ကြတယ်
to get information is them coming through the smoke to fight long, which made things rather simple.
Well, Beta going to save a little bit of money. And then they'll go with the MP9s on 2 and M4 for Kansas, or it's actually just tanked all the molly damage. Can't really afford to do that. 40 HP wasn't really worth anything either. It's not like he got the top mid. So now your best weapon is incredibly low. Most likely outcome of the next minute and 30 seconds is that Legacy go up to an 8-2 scoreline on Dust 2's T side.
They've been facing short pressure from lower the entire time, so very cognizant of the fact they mollied lower, smoked down the doors. There's the nice cross from Dumal. Him and Luck's gonna be up on short, ready to party. Missed nade, it's all good. Nobody's home at the A bomb site. Bait just gonna find a timing to retake mid and Xbox, but that idea is ripped out of their hands.
A shot from Sadson as well. It's going to be head trick, just absolutely destroyed. So Essential and Alex going to be a big old issue for them here. And it's quite easy for Nissan to take Essential in the end.
Yeah, what about
that boost spot, catch him off guard. Business. Alex also being the same sticky fade. His Legacy do not concede a single player in this round. And the pressure continues. Pretty smooth sailing for Legacy.
Yeah, it really is.
I think
they've gotten used to it. I mean, some of that aggression, I think, early on was catching them off guard. They were so willing to fight. Expecting that, so I think those aggressive plays are much harder to pull off for Bait. For defenders, the CT side starting over at the A side of the map. That's NPL just chucking out a smoke for the long cave. And he'll be playing CT spawn to keep eyes on mid, and a lot of players coming in his direction with quickness.
Oh, MPL catching Dumal. Not ready. All of a sudden, the bomb goes down. MPL's taken 2. We'll smoke out that CT cross. Head trick. Nice shot. No problem on this and that. Lux is going to cross over. This boosted box. Kansas. Oh, spotted. Lux with this B bomb site. Can the AWP get at least one? If he gets one, then it should be the round. And Head will get the one he needs. It should be around for Bait, but this is a winnable 1v2. Plenty of utility for the CT side to put into play. Especially with the map Lux is having 12-4 at the moment. Can he go to 4? Oh, they line up. Surely he gets away with it, but he couldn't take both. Goes to the reload. Essential 140 HP, and Lux gets back into the bomb side. Down to 24. Lux looking for it all, and he's got it. Lux is just destroyed.
What the fuck is this?
A huge clutch.
What the fuck is this?
Believe it. Legacy's in-game leader is styling on their opponents.
Yeah, I think
the advantage you are 1v3 le blue so ne la mati
this 2v1 I feel like those two players had to move quickly. Great recovery after the initial death take.
Point ပြတော့ let's ကပြတော့ခံရတာတမျိုး
all that utility. They had plenty of time to just be patient, watch the window push, watch the doors push. 1v3 နောက်ဆုံးကောင်ကလစ်သွား the Molotovs and the flashes and the smokes, and it never happened.
Kenzor gets tagged in the cross as well. He's down to
90 HP.
A step in the direction of a 10-2 half here for Legacy out of the T side.
And ever since Legacy started stalling out these short plays,
Bait's defense hasn't really had a lot of strength to it.
Outside of the win in Shanghai, last week, the most impressive result for me that Legacy have been able to conduct over the last month or so of Counter-Strike was a Dust 2 victory and a series victory because of that over Furia. On that map, it was Lux who was leading the charge at the start. Gets them clutch in the last round, but it looks like it's going to be a possible third round here for Bait, especially with Essential and the double kill. Holding that push out of the tunnels, putting it all on Sansi. There's one. Don't give up another round here, Bait. There is a shot at this, but Hetrick makes sure that he's a third round at least.
Nicely done from Bait to scrape that together right at the end. They'll switch sides and they'll go to attack into Legacy's defense, who came in here with some attitude today. I've been telling Striker since he's here on the desk at the event. I've been like, bro, you should just give me more Dumal interviews.
Yeah,
Dumal's like maybe my favorite interview at the moment. I got a chance to like sit down and talk with him and the Legacy guys back in Austin. So ever since then, whenever a Dumal interview comes out, I'm on it.
I think the Chinese were giving him a new nickname last week. They were calling Lucky Smile or something
Lucky Smile.
Yeah.
ဒီဘာက crash ဖြစ်သွားတာ magic dollar ဆက်တော့ပြုတ်
as far as
သိန်းလောက်ဟုတ်လား
the nicknames bestowed by the Chinese
သူတို့
fans
ကကဘာတစ်ချက်မွေလိုက်တော့တီကိုညပြီ
You know, I
ဟုတ်တ
was
ယ်
enjoying watching Legacy. I obviously casted that grand final last week, and it was just looking at
ချက်
how
မွေလိုက်တာ
happy
မ
they
မီ
were
လီယံ
to
နဲ့
be
ကြီး
playing
လေး
on the
စတိုရီ
stage
ကို
was
ကျွတ်ကုန်တာ
so refreshing.
Yeah.
Because they don't get that opportunity a whole lot, especially, you know, Austin wasn't meant to happen. They weren't meant to be at that major.
Yes, that too.
and they obviously really impressed. They beat Vitality. They ended that whole streak. That was the standout. And then, well, the second season of the year, they didn't really get to go to any LAN events.
Yeah.
And it took them a while to get going again and ramp up. But I think we're starting to see what Legacy are really capable of.
Well, I hope it continues to grow. I hope it continues to feel like this team has a lot more in store for us. You have to remember, too, most of these players have played most of their career in the shadow of the Luminosity and SK guys in a scene where you just know you're never going to get called up to the big league. So it's been a long path for some of the Tier 2 Brazilian squads to improve their game enough to be playing on those big stages.
this to what တဲလောက်လို့သွားကြတယ်ဘယ်လို advantage ကနောက်မှဒါပြီး
Especially
တော့
for
တဲ
guys
လောက်
like
သွားကြ
Lado and Dumao, who for
ဒီ
years
မှာကျွန်တော်
feel like
control
they've
you
been
short
promised
သွား
to
ကြိုးစားနေတဲ့ပုံစံ let the
arrive,
world short
and
cross
criticism
တွေ
when it
ချက်ခက်
hasn't
ကြည့်
been
ထားသေးတယ်
happening, and now finally
တော့
we're
site ထဲ
seeing
မှာ
some
short ဘက်မှာ3កောင်တော့ခုံ
and
3កောင်
seeing
short ဘက်
what
aggressive
these
လာ
guys
ပြီ
bring to the
ဝင်းစော
table.
ကောင်တွေကဒီကြာကြီးဒီလာတိုနဲ့တာရေးကြီးနေမယ်ဆိုတော့
And
တော်
there's a
တိုင်ပတ်တယ်ဗျ
stack up on short for the CT side.
short ဘက် cross ပြီးလာ legs and ဒူမာမွေ set သေးမယ်3កောင်ရှိနေတယ်ဒူမာမသိဘူးအချိန်မှာကျွန်တော် short ဘက်ကလာပြတဲ့ကောင်လေးနည်းနည်းလွဲနေပြီဒူမာတော့ရလိုက်တယ်အဆုံးသက် hat trick ပဲတိုင်ပတ်လို့ရေးကြီးနေပြီ oh my god glow နဲ့ blue တောင်းနေဆိုပေမဲ့လည်းတော့ close by မှာ2កောင်3កောင်လောက်ဖြစ်နေ MP hat trick 2កောင်ထက်ရတော့တော်သေးတယ်မှာ SNT ရောရအောင်တကောင်တော့လာပြီးပြေး trade ပြီးတဲ့ SNT ရောရေးကြီးနေပြီဝဲမင်းလည်းလွဲတယ်ငါလည်းလွဲတယ် MP short အဲ့ဆို 1 versus 3ပဲဖြစ်တော့နေ C4 သမားနဲ့ဒီမှာတိုင်ပတ်နေပြီ C4 သမားနည်းပါ C4 သမားအဓိက shut down လို့လိုနေတာ45 second တော့ကြည်လိုက်ဆိုမှဒီမှာကျွန်တော် oh so do I show
Another one goes against bait that looked like it was locked in, but Nissim will say no.
I mean, all you can do, you see them shake their heads. All
ဘွား
you
ကောင်
can
ပေး
do
ပြလိုက်မလားဘာပြီးမှထွက်လေအောက်က
like that's an unreal round to win.
အဲ့
Legacy
woman
can
တင်
do
နေ
no
မြ
wrong.
warren ကြပါလို့လေ
Locks
သူ
can't
warren
even
ကြပါ
believe
လို့
it.
warren အခုကသူကဘဲတင်နေတဲ့နည်းနည်းမြင့်နေတယ်သူကကြပါလို့ woman တင်
He even just
Oh,
looks down.
baby,
He's like,
oh,
what
my.
did my mouse just
What
do?
the
အာ
hell?
ပစ္စတိုကနိုင်ရမှာကွာ
Now look at
1v3
Bait. They're
ဟာ
coming
ငါ
back into
ဒီ
this. They didn't get the bomb plant, so
So
it's a
bold,
pretty
dude.
terrible
Wow.
force buy, but it's the one they have to go with.
ရင်ခုန်ရင်တုံနေတဲ့အတိုင်းပဲ
Point of attack.
CB မှာပြောတဲ့အတိုင်းပဲ
Holds down his
CB
spray,
လာပြောရ
comes away
ရှုံးတာ
with
များတယ်
and a lot of damage done to Alex.
ဝယ်လာတဲ့ gun တွေကြည့်အောင် force ပိုင်းလာတယ်တကောင်သေးနေ
You know,
ပြီ
at least at the
ကောက်
at
တယ်
the
လည်းမ
end
ပေါ့
of
အဲ့
this
လောက်
round,
range ကြီး
right?
ဘာနဲ့ပြ
This
ကြ
is
မ
an
လဲ
easy
ဝေး
one
နဲ့
to
ထုတ်
shake
ပြုတ်
off
ပြ
for
မှရ
Bait.
မှာ
to a certain extent.
Like we
Only the
lost
deal.
a couple of mental rounds. That
I mean, it is
Sure,
just. I mean,
man,
there
who
is a point when you're a player and you're just like, you know, I just
So
can't win
what,
today.
dude?
You know, like this guy just got it. This guy, every shot's gonna land for
So
him.
what,
Everything's gonna work out
What
just
is it
fine for
you
him.
show now?
sometimes your opponents just
Hopefully they
having
don't
a
show gun
really
like that.
good
Rifle
day.
လာဟိုမှာ backup ပေးတာနော် rifle နှစ်ကောင်တော့ရှိရနော်
This is awkward though.
Pure
So many
video
smokes
mo
up.
yin wan
Nobody
ni
from
mya.
Legacy can actually see anything, but they know the attack is coming. A little bit nerve-wracking.
ပါတော့မှအတူ
Low
ထောင်ရ
HP
ပါ
hiding
ပြောနေ
inside
တ
the
ကောင်သေး
smoke.
ပဲ
That's
5 minute မှာ
Dumao.
ဒူမာဝတ်ဒီချောင်းနေရ
On the bomb plant. Oh, Dumao going for the
အေး
slash.
ဓာတ်နဲ့မှထိုးတက်
Got
အ
in.
မ
Halloween just around the corner, and Dumao's brought out his favorite slasher. We got Essential in the vault site. The Tech 9 going to be taken down by
Plan
Sansin.
This is why I
ဟို
like
လေး
Dumao.
โอเคလို့ရပြီပြီးအောင်ကြိုက်တယ်ဂျမ်ဘူကြိုက်တာဂျမ်ဘူတို့ကြိုက်လားပြီးအောင်ကြိုက်လား
I guess you could be a little bit critical about obviously
Yeah,
Nissim
Jada,
did very
well.
well to win the clutch, but they split up in that 2v1. One goes to
စုံ
the
စီ
window,
ဘူ
one
က
goes to the
ပုံ
door
နေ
chasing.
တဲ့ခါတား
The
လေးပါ
door
ထိုးတာ
player
ရှုပ်
goes way before the window player.
ဟုတ်တယ်
Like
ဝင်
there
လာ
should really
ထိုးတာ
be
တည်
no world in which Nissim
Well-
can win it if you time it right.
Sure. I mean, I think it's fine. Like, he still has to hit some incredible shots, you know? Like, that's never going to be timed perfectly. And at that point, we're just getting nitpicky at that point. If you're just like, this half second cost us everything. It's
They're
like, come on,
ball.
like, let's chill. Like, you know, I think they
10-9,
did it
man.
just fine. It's just great shots.
Cool. Just wanted your thoughts on that, Jason.
Yeah, I have no criticism of how they handled it. Of course it could be better. You can always look at those details and be like, this could have been better. It could have been timed better. But in the actual game, when you're
အတို့တက်
playing,
နေနမကြိုး
those
ပြက်
kinds
ပြီ
of things aren't really a
They're ball
consideration
wabby.
down to that level.
ဂိမ်းတူးကြမှာပဲပြန်မမရတော့ဒါမှမဟုတ်ရှစ်တောင်းပဲ
Well, AK is coming on
အဲ
out.
စေးတို့နေလို့
The
အေး
timeout,
အခု
the
မှ
second
တေးချ
here
ကြည့်
for
ရ
Bait. And I
ပါလိုက်သုံးတာ
might as
ပြော
well
ပြ
get ready
ပါ
for that second map. Ancient just around the corner.
Yeah. And
I'm
you
excited by
mentioned-
Ancient.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Ancient is going to be a tough test for Bait, you know, with their kind of, you know, with barely being able to beat 3D Max on it, 3D Max's record. I believe that's the way you were phrasing it.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see. I mean, that was kind of the big thing was we saw when we casted that game, it was sort of like, we know this team isn't that great on it, but they had changed the IGL, they had switched it over, and with the new IGL, it seemed like they put together a very good game. But since then, we haven't, yesterday against Pain, nothing. Today against Legacy, so far, nothing. So I'm a little bit scared.
Yeah.
The question I posed at the start was, are we supposed to give more credit to Bait, or are we going to look at this performance of 3D Max and say, this is why they were cliff here in Bucharest?
So they're well on it. Time on it.
Exactly.
Oh, time on
That's the hard part.
I think Legacy are going to start CT side rotation most likely in the second map as well.
Yeah, doesn't
And
get
that's
easier.
where I just get worried because if Legacy, if they close this out now, 13-3, they're going to be going in with some crazy confidence. They can just run at them. And during that final of CAC in that last map, that's what happened against 3D Max. They got absolutely bodied from a CT side start of Legacy, just running at them, just over and over.
Last map is that Brazilian energy just snowballed into an unstoppable force.
Exactly. So I do worry for Betty going in the second map here. This is the last.
Oh, what you want? Why we do this show? Why we do this? Not gonna show now. Ari, can't buy me how. What look better? LSS is a 2K there. My game need an MBA bien ya. Can show you go no. The power.
Lux to send the grenade in lower, looking to finish off a stellar performance.
Yeah, well, and I'm 10 diamond. No one 10 diamond. But don't do it. They get Madua Obama. I want and I'm so boy, big guy does do
on that suicide angle.
Madu Obama. Madu
shot though, no one spotted. And just going through the motion.
So the
able to take short, play their default out.
The zoom solo, Korean the zoom on loud on loud, so bold. Big guy does do jowl. Says 90 and a yard.
Defense is looking really well set up to handle this. Sadzin likely to get blinded by NPL.
Over 90
There's the flash, going to turn from it. Okay, not bad from Sadzin. Quick mouse movements but now the B-hit starts coming in as well.
Yeah, right in.
Chelsea Banner
doing what he can, but then just standing in the fire, expecting that second player to come in. It wouldn't be a worthy sacrifice if he had been able to get a double kill. But the spacing just didn't continue to push out for Bait.
No, she did CD ma.
Reopens
Show it in NBA show on a one
Lato is alone. His teammate coming through CT.
NBA gone it all year.
He's kept Bait going, but it might just end here. Lato
Yo, these are going no hat-trick. So
does too. And Lato gets a moment to breathe and then to close it. A 13-3 win from the Brazilians, looking to bring some of that confidence and momentum from Shanghai to Bucharest. They're one map up in this series, and now all attentions turn to Ancient.
That's Legacy for you. They are one of the form teams in World
these matches.
Sure.
On top of that, Fear, absolutely no denying it. Horrible first map. Just horrible first map. And so hopefully he can recover.
He tried his best. He only got a couple of frags there in one round, and he got one towards round number 24 as well. It was pretty woeful, and it was kind of baffling why they kept putting hero rifles in his hand as well, trying to get him into the game. I'm not sure, but I'm sure he will bounce back here. The problem is, okay result. They were 7-1 down, managed to bring it all the way back to round number 24. So hardly a perfect game from Gamer Legion either. Fnatic managed to string 7 runs in a row on their CT side, then 5 in a row, courtesy of that man on your screen there, Towson. He had a great showing, multiple 3Ks and clutches coming through. And it looks like we are almost good to go, ladies and gentlemen. As mentioned, this could be the end of the run here for Fnatic. It's been an up and down year for them. A team that's going to the major with some controversy attached with the removal of Cypher, who helped them qualify for said major. It's Jacasmo who's been brought in to replace him. We've been told the synergy between Jacasmo and Crims is unbelievably good, so that was the reason behind it. But time will tell. Jacasmo hasn't had a great tournament so far, and we'll see if they can put their best foot on the CT side. Monster. Fear to open things up. Already off to a great start here. Convincing for Fnatic. A clean sweep by the looks of things here. Rez will find one, but no chance of winning the round now.
No. Stopped at the door, allowed to get out through Monster, but go no further. Fnatic with a convincing pistol.
Legion ဘွဲပါကြိုက်တယ် Gamer Legion ဘွဲ Gamer Legion အနိုင်ကိုကြိုက်တယ် Fnatic Cities ဆို round ရမှာ ဒီမှာလေးကဒီမက်ကိုပစ်တာပြတယ်သူက CT ပြန်အောင်ပြန်ဆော့မှာဒီမှာ CT စောက်ရမ်းတာတဲ့မက်ကြီးဆိုတော့ဟိုလက်နေထားကိုကြည့်မယ်ဆိုရင် Game Legend ဘက်ကလိုမျိုး CT ဆိုတော်တော်လေးဆော့ကောင်းတယ်တွေ့ရဒီကောင် Fnatic CT ကောင်းတယ်နှစ်ကောင်ထိတ်တိုက်ဆို over ရမ်းကောင်းတယ်
Very defensive, very well held. Everyone nailing their shots, but now got to deal with the upgraded pistols. It's going to be Tech 9s, some basic util, and towards the underpass we go. Fnatic, nice start there. So clean, they get themselves 4 M4s to work with going forward here. Does mean you have to give up a little bit of utility, all this extra firepower, but preparing for the future.
အဲ့ဒါကြီးကလေးရုံနဲ့ကောင်းလာတယ်အဲ့ဒါကြီး
Through the connector here.
ဥပ္ပါနေပါ Fear Jumbo.
Understandably playing quite defensively here. 3 towards A. It's going to be Jambo patrolling long. We'll have Crims working with Blame here. Bathrooms under their remit so far.